Now, when it comes to going out on the trail, camping for the night, either by yourself or with your family, there are a lot of options available to you. It depends on how much money you have, how much you want to spend, how much gear you want to bring, the conveniences from home, or if you just want to get back to basics. What is your style? What's best for you? Stick around. Let's find out. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Russ, and on this channel we talk about Jeeps and all things off-road vehicle-based adventure. Now, when it comes to setting up shelter at camp, there are a lot of options out there, some of which have really only risen in popularity in like the last 5 years or so, and some of them seem to have been around since the Middle Ages. Now, I'm sure that most of you that watch this channel are aware of what's going on in kind of the overland and off-road community, especially when it comes to camping. Over the last 5 years or so, you guys have probably noticed the conversion side of things, the big overland money options is what I'm going to call them. People are buying Unimogs, people are buying old military vehicles and outfitting them like off-road RVs. Now, I don't have that kind of money, and nothing against the guys that do or the people that do, but that's just not my style. There are pros and cons. First, you can bring pretty much any convenience that you have at home, build it into the rig or bring it along because there's plenty of space. You're well protected from the weather, whether it's rain or snow or anything like that. Those are both, like, I'm going to say that those are pros. Cons, obviously the price. The price is ridiculous at sometimes, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. A little bit down from that is the alu-cab style conversions, right? So toppers, and especially for the Gladiator, the alu-cab has become super popular. And again, not cheap, not inexpensive. $20,000-$30,000 for the most parts, especially if you build them out a whole lot. You got the awnings and stuff like that. Now, the cons of those is just the sheer size and weight. It really is going to limit what you can do with your vehicle and where you can go with your vehicle. Now, there is another option that's a little bit less expensive, and sometimes a lot less expensive, and that is an off-road trailer. People set them up with kitchens and everything else, and they can become really expensive, especially the big brands like Turtleback and people like that, or brands like that. But it does give you a really great option of being able to leave a lot of those things that would normally be inside or on top of your rig at camp. You can set up base camp, go wheel for the day, and I don't really see too many cons with that. The cons that I can think of right off the top of my head obviously are leaving base camp unattended. But if you have people that stay behind at camp, that's really not an issue. And then the second one would be access. If you guys have a big, heavy trailer and you don't have a lot of tow rating or whatever with your vehicle, you're going to have a problem still with bringing the weight and then getting through some of those tight trails to maybe some of those more desirable and less known campsites, especially at tops of mountains and when you're going through slippery, muddy terrain. Things like that, you run a risk of damaging a lot of things there. However, they don't have to be expensive. They don't have to be $25,000-$30,000. Sometimes, as much as a wheeling rig itself. You can custom build trailers. As a matter of fact, Jeep and Bubba at Black Bear Off-Road, he's built several iterations of trailers for people with timber and suspensions, and his setup right now is really great, and he has had zero trouble pulling that trailer with his JL. So if you're looking to build out an off-road trailer and you don't want to spend $20,000-$30,000, definitely hit him up, watch some of his videos. He's got some really good options there. Now, next up is a really popular option, and it has been for the last 5 or 10 years, and that is the rooftop tent. A lot of people noticed these rooftop tents when they got into overlanding, especially in 2020, 2021 time frame, and they're great, to be honest with you. I'm not immune from the rooftop tent side of things, but the first one that I had was a Smitty built Overlander. Then I went with a pop-up hard shell tent, and then I went back to another regular style soft top rooftop tent. But as I started doing harder trails, the things that I mentioned earlier about clearance and the flop factor, those kinds of things really started to take a toll, so I made some changes. For the times that I am out on the trail with friends and my family is not along with me, I tend to use an option that I made for myself a while back ago, and I'll leave a video link for you if you want to watch it. But I took out part of the rear seat in the Jeep and I built a flat platform, just a simple sleeping platform. I'll bring along a sleeping bag, a pillow, some blankets, and it's set up in just a few seconds and breaks down almost just as easy, and it cost me a sheet of plywood and a little bit of time. So that is primarily how I camp when I go to camp and hang out with my friends, just by myself on the trail. Now let's get to the tried and true options. And first up is the infamous ground tent. I personally have the Gazelle T4, and I love this option, especially when I'm out with my family, with my wife, my dog. It is just, there's so much room. It's really easy to set up. It's like 90-second setup time, and it breaks down pretty quick as well. The only drawback on this is the way that this one in particular packs up. It folds up into a really long bag. I think it's like 5.5 feet long. I have plenty of space in my vehicle. I can put it on the top, on the roof rack, and that kind of thing. But you can obviously buy tents, ground tents that are super popular. They've been around for a long time. Some of them pack up really small. A lot of people just pack them up in a tub or something like that and put that in the vehicle. But yeah, when it comes to a ground tent, there are so many options out there ranging in price, but personally, like I said, this Gazelle T4 is awesome. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it. There's a hammock option. So this one in particular is the Haven hammock. It's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap either. I know that you can find hammocks that are a lot less expensive than this one, but I picked this one for it packs up relatively small. It's definitely smaller than the ground tent. It comes with an insulated pad, a light that goes across the ridgeline if you want to do that, rainfly, all that kind of stuff, and you can use it as a ground tent if you so choose. Now, having said that, I never thought that I would be a hammock person. That is until the Rubicon trip. When I went on the Rubicon, I didn't want to have a rooftop tent on top. I didn't want to sacrifice all of the space because it was me and Brad as well in the same Jeep, packing up all our stuff to have it shipped. So the T4, with it packed up in the 5-6 foot long bag, that really wasn't the best option either. So I decided to give a hammock a try, and I will tell you this: that particular hammock, or this particular hammock, I don't think I've had a better night's sleep camping since that, or even before the Rubicon trip. I absolutely love this hammock, and highly recommend that as well. So anyway, guys, if you're in the market for any of these options, just check down in the description below. I've got links to Amazon or whatever, where you can pick up the Gazelle T4, or you can pick up the Haven tents. I even think I have the Gen 2 Overlander from Smittybilt Rooftop Tent on there. And then for the a custom built trailer option, get in touch with Bubba. Call up Black Bear Off-Road, or go to blackbear-off-road.com. Give him a call, and maybe you guys can work on something, building out a particular trailer that suits your needs the best. And let me know down in the comments the way that you like to camp most often, what options are out there, or did I miss anything? Just let me know. But I hope that you are living life adventurously, and until next time, I will see you on the trail.